Okay. Hello there, people.
Oh my days, I am such a boomer.
It's true, you know. It is absolutely true. Rhodes, as you are the first one in, what do you think to my new setup? Are you impressed that a boomer such as myself can pull something like this together? Not this cringe again. You love it, Rhodes. You love it. I mean, I think we're halfway through the game, so it makes sense to finish this off today, hopefully. I like the overlays. Awesome. Thanks, man. Literally, I learnt this since yesterday evening with a YouTube video. Need to put the chat in the chat box, by the way. Oh, crap. That was one thing I was going to question whether that was going to work or not. Hey! There we go. Maybe that's a bit too small, maybe not, but for the meantime, I'm kind of happy enough. There you go. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Hey, Drago! Let me just mess about a little bit more with that. Oh, there we go. How are you both today, though? Oh, is that going to be good? I think that's going to be good. Yes, leave it like that. Sweet. No cable yet then. Ironically, Rhodes, I got a message just now, or rather... Oh my god, it's delivered right now. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Sweet baby Jesus, it's here. And the thing is, I saw it, like, as I was setting up the stream, it was like 2 minutes to or whatever, and it said, oh, it's 2 stops away, and I was like, are you effing kidding me? You know? Oh dear. I'm good, half day left tomorrow, and that's me. Nice one. What is delivered? The Ethernet cable, Drago. It's either going to be the saviour or the decider of what's up with the internet here. So the irony is delicious that it comes as I start the stream, but there we have it. Happy boomer, indeed. Ironically, Cerberus, welcome good sir, is 20-metre Ethernet cable. Was it Cat 6? I think so. Yes, it says so on the Dubry. Cat 6, 20 metres Ethernet cable. Doesn't look too garish, so safe and convenient. Probably not if I wrap it around my neck, but yeah, there we have it. You think Bruce knows? Well, it said it in the description. I was like, Cat 6? What the hell is that? I'm pretty sure my Wi-Fi on the motherboard was Cat 6? I don't know. But there we have it. There we have it. Oh, okay. And you are right, Cerberus. I don't Amazon enough. I'm super surprised I even got it at this particular time. I guess I'm missing a story, but you didn't. But didn't you need to wrap the ether around the building? Pretty much. But you know what? The combination of the last two streams. Hey!
The holy grail of wildlife.
Yeah, the combination of the last 2 streams just, it just ruined me, you know. And I thought I really cannot have this going on. This just blows. So I thought, stuff it. I'll spend some money on an Ethernet cable, which I really can't do at the moment, but it is what it is. And yeah, I'll sweet talk Paula's mum about it, you know. Like, literally, it's going to look so stupid when I plug it in, because it's going to go over the banister, like, just literally hang in the area between the kitchen and the living room. It just meets up where, or runs through where the whole intersection of the house is. Wi-Fi can't be Cat 6. Are you sure about that? Oh, yeah, I took a stab in the dark, tried to make it sound like I knew what I was on about. Obviously, that was not the case. But yeah, there we go. I will definitely get that set up for Saturday, at least. Saturday was the worst, as we know, from not too long back. So yeah, but we'll just see what happens. Just a couple of things. Obviously, some of you might have noticed already, but I've got a new overlay from scratch somehow. As I was telling Rhodes a little bit earlier, I did get, I studied from yesterday after work, kind of, as to how to get a good overlay. Seems all of the animated stuff and whatever you've either got to pay for or go onto Prime with Streamlabs, which I cannot afford and don't really want to if I could do something for free. Finally found a decent tutorial of how to do a basic overlay. And kind of added my own twist on it as well by messing about with some of the bits in Photoshop, and I think we've got something solid. I actually like it. Ignore the sub goal thing, which, by the way, I've just realised. Where is it here? Properties, because that is 24 days to go, even if even though we've already done it. But yeah, I literally didn't have time to just sort out the font of that. I've been trying to get the border right of the game, obviously the chat box, which still went into this stream starting. You can see there's a little bit of overhang from my webcam as well on the game, which looks a bit stupid, but at the same time, it doesn't cover as much as my previous streams, obviously, where there was my whole face on that. And I think it looks pretty solid. Make it to 20 subs now for Super Seducer. Man, speaking of Saturday, can't believe I'm still in a brothel. Hey, you deserve it, good sir. You deserve it. That is one whole week in the brothel for you. To be fair, simple is better, no need to go overboard. Yeah, and I think this is still pretty flash. I really like this. I don't think I even need to do that much more. Thinking out loud, I've got to make some stuff where, or rather extra overlays of a similar style. I can just copy this and move it. So say when I'm not playing a game and I'm just talking, I can flick it to where it's just my face and whatnot. But yeah, going back to the overhang of the webcam, the tutorial said to have the borders like this in terms of pixels and stuff. And for the game, you can see it's pretty solid. I've pretty much, got that down to a T. But for the webcam, obviously the resolution isn't the same. It's not 16 by 9 or whatever. It's just its own thing. So I can mess about with that border later. That's no biggie. I think this still looks pretty solid for now. Anyways, Monday, all right. What you got planned for the weekend? I see. Let's see. I think I've got up with chat already, actually. So speaking of the subscribers, how many points have I got? Subscribers, it says 8. So the next unlock is if we get 7 more active subscribers somehow, then we would unlock another emote. And I've already got one, which is great. So yeah, we'll see. If not, it's no biggie. We've got Resident Evil 8 on the cards, and I'm still super stoked about that. Super, super stoked. So, people, if you are ready, and I am ready, so gifted subs don't count to that. I think they do, because I'm not sure if I can actually see who the active subs are at the moment. Can I see? I don't know. I actually don't know how to see who is a subscriber. Whatever. I'll work that out. To be honest, I think 8 probably sounds about right, because there's you, Rhodes, I think there's Rickwood, there's Drago, I think there's bullets. There's little Barnabas, of course, and Rick. Did I already say Rickwood? I can't even remember. And you need 15. Indeed, 15 active subscribers. Doesn't matter if it's just for a day or, you know, or if the gift runs out the following day or something. Rickwood not subbed at the moment. What? Why not? Madness! How dare he? Isn't? Oh no, he isn't. He isn't Azzy. That's not a sentence. But yeah, 8 sounds about right. So if we hit 15, it means it unlocks an extra emote, and even if subs then fall off or the gifts finish, we still keep 2 emotes for those subscribers that are on. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm just super happy that we hit the like I say, the Resident Evil 8 thing, sub goal, the thing. My English not so hot. Speaking of... no, I'll look at that later. Okay, tell you what, it's been 10 minutes. How about we have...
Quest complete!
Hey.
Oh, God.
Quest is complete for Resident Evil 8. Super happy. And I think that needs a wow sound effect as opposed to the, you know, the bittersweet thing. Like, yeah, still so happy about that, that you guys pulled through for it. So as soon as payday hits, Resident Evil 8, I'll have to put that into the schedule somehow. Hey, there it is. I knew it'd be you, Jago. You are the wow man. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be a Saturday stream. Get as many hours in as possible on it. Yeah, might even mean a break from Darkest Dungeon for a little bit. We'll see what happens. So, got you covered. I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it. Well then, let us have some story time. I know we're not all here yet, but you know, there's a few of you, and I know that you are raring to go for the next part of the storyline of I Love You, Colonel Sanders. I mean, who wouldn't be, right? Let me know if you get any feedback as well. The mic is somewhat close to the phone, but I think we're good. But damn, how am I going to remember the voices? We'll see what happens. I need some senpai sounders time. I think we all do secretly, don't we? I think this is where we got to in the story. I had to kind of play it forward a little bit since last week, because it only saves to the following day. But I think we're about good. It's time for class. They were pelting potato skins at Bob, or Pop, whatever he wants to be called. Yeah. Let's get going, I guess. You got the PS5. Hot damn. Hold on. Yeah. All right. 1 minute, and then we'll go into food music. Sounds great. The PS5. Play the new Spider-Man. It's insane. So you both got the PS5 then, have you? Yeah. Well done on that for persevering, Cerberus, and thank you, Rose, for showing Cerberus the way of getting the PS5 into the basket. I'm not sure if you got it from that, but happy that you got one, dude. Happy that you got one. Right, let's get started, shall we? Is there Professor Dog? Oh, hello. Boop boop. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Yeah. Oh, that's probably not the exact sound you'd make after a giant cooker runs over your foot, but hey.
Hey, watch it, you bucket of boats.
You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Oh, you don't infuriate Clank. Hot damn. Especially now that he's got a girlfriend. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer.
Womp womp.
Oh. Oh my. Clank, how dare you?
No, your mother was a stand mixer.
Well, I never. Uh-oh. Is he about to incinerate him or something? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Oh gosh, even she realised that she's activated the inner of the four horsemen. In fact, it's probably all four horsemen within Clank, I reckon. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait a second. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Uh-oh. 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 He's about to lay a can of whoop-ass down. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse. Right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least, or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Oh my, what has Sprinkles walked into? Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Let's just catch up with a bit of chat. It took so long, Bruce. Oh, no way, did it? It's like the beginning of Spider-Man last night. How long were you literally waiting since launch day, effectively, Cerberus? Oh, nice man. What will be... Did I miss something? Oh, nice man. What will you be streaming? Did I miss who's streaming what in the chat? I think I probably have. But Cerberus, weren't you trying to stream something anyway? I'm pretty sure it was yourself that you was waiting for the right opportune time to stream something you'd won from a PlayStation 5. That'd be pretty sweet, I could imagine. Oh, let's just very, very small hydration. Small hydration. Obviously got to keep the vocal cords in check for epic story telling. My browser refreshed, so I missed if anyone said anything after I said played Spider-Man last night. Oh dear. I was just saying, Cerberus, how long were you waiting for the PlayStation? Was it since launch day? I can't remember if you mentioned it previously. And also, I said, what will you be streaming? Oh, and Rhodes is saying that as well. There we go. Students, please take your seats. I apologise for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs were very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Uh-oh. You try to give Sprinkles a pat on the head, but he snarls at you. Sorry, I get a little worked up if people try and pet me before I've had my morning coffee. Let that be a lesson to you. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Oh, Sprinkles. Oh my. Down, boy, down. Auftoppen. That command, shouted by Colonel Sanders, has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favourite fowl, the chicken. Oh, this is just too perfect, isn't it? You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. It is a wow moment. I mean, this is just tantalising. Appetizing. Secret recipe-fying. He's got it all, hasn't he? Hot damn. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Bruscum. Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? Uh-oh. Oh no. Which one of these has got to do with the Declaration of Independence from the chicken? It's got to be the shimmering pepper, right? Surely. Surely. A brightly coloured pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend. Oh. This guy again. I'm here to give you an important message. Oh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through. To fulfill the prophecy, you must... You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Ah, man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement.
Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off.
The level of the theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time. Step up and tell them, you're on. Ooh. 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 But what are we going to cook with? Oh no. Oh no. Wow, Bruce refused the in-game hydrate. It's true. Well, I didn't want to go for the dog biscuit. It was 50-50. And, I mean, if I was to sample, surely it was going to be the pepper. And we got to see our friend again through the afterlife. I've just realised, is she holding an axe? Some kind of chef's blade? On a chain? Like a whip? Like a weird version of the Morning Star from Castlevania. Hot damn. Both cracking games, I'd advise stick to one at a time though, so maybe Spider-Man then. Oh right, I see, yes, Ghost of Tsushima also. But I also want to try Ghost of Tsushima, you recommend? Well, I mean, if you wanted to, if it wasn't too much of a strain rather, just do 2 streams instead, you know? That's one way to get both games in, if you wanted to. And yeah, just enjoy. That's, you know, if you've got the time. If you've got the time, Cerberus. Alright, let's do it. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it.
I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Fool.
Good one, Van. I like your gumption, Bruscan. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Oh my! Timer ready! Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. I see it, I see the light. That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. Yeah, look at this. What is this? Is it like a over-the-top key ring on the chef's blade, just in case she loses it? Ah well, whatever. I will defeat you myself. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? Oh god, that one. That's right. But how would you have even gotten into this school without knowing that? That is very true. Winner... Ah, sprinkles. Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say you used? Wasn't it 7? Oh no. That's wrong. Oh no. Oh no. I've seen schnauzers with better sense than that. And the miniature kind no less. Oh no. Oh no. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavour? Gratitude. Oh good. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. Oh god. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy, so where does it come from? That's wrong! Oh no! This is a horrible time to start forgetting important things. Next question. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Silence. Sure. That's right. When they test your cooking, they will be so taken with it that they'll be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Bruce Kern. He's actually cheering you on. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Could the Colonel... Could he actually have a place in his heart for poor old Bruskin? Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Ah, crap. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders on a beautiful horse. Oh no! It's all going wrong. How many spoonfuls of gravy? What were you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. I think they were all Colonel Sanders winking or doing something a bit sensual. I don't know. Grr. You are stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk! People, I'm getting blown away by this. What is going on? 11 herbs and spices, €11. Oh no, guys, I'm sorry. I used to work at KFC. Did you genuinely, Rhodes? Oh damn. You need to be playing this. How do you not know about this game? How can Bro get Senpai Sanders if he doesn't even know that? Bruce, not Bro. Well, I'd like to think we're like this as well, Drago, but I get you. It's true. I mean, getting such a simple step wrong, it's almost game over. Almost, but I mean, look at this. Look at this. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the question. You and Colonel Sanders were riding together in a gondola. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Oh, woof woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of a dish. It's colourful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Hey, yikes! Zip. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilising the kitchen bowl, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Brr. You might not have any hands, but Bruskin does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. Oh no! Everyone's losing faith in us. When you hear everyone talking, you realise how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Brusca, no! Oh, what was that crunch? Oh! Oh dear. But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Oh no! Oh no! Stop Google eyelining Sanders. You got a competition to win. Googly eyeing. Yes, I know what you mean. Oh no. Oh, it's all going wrong. I've lost a hand somewhere in the mixer now. This is not good. A small tear. I've made the Colonel weep. Oh no. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. Oh no. Oh. Is there anything that tastes worse than the bitterness of disappointment? I don't think there is. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Oh no, we even made the professor weep. Oh no. Oh, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Bruskin's injury. Oh, hello Kat. I'm not sure if you guys can see with the way the webcam is kind of arranged, but she's just kind of lumbered onto my lap. She's obviously concerned about the injury that has taken place. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavour that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Bruce Kuhn to do the honour, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Oh my gosh, I'm actually getting quite hungry from that. Inside you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream two ways, tender nougat and pearls of blueberry jelly. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Oh no! Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you, hee hee. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his moustache. Internalise the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. Oh no. I think we've got to internalise the rage we feel. It might not be over yet. We might have something. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. Oh no. Oh no. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Oh God, he's getting angry. Oh, failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. Oh, this is an emotional time. Hopefully Van Van doesn't ruin it for us again. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I'm sorry, what? Rhodes, you said you worked at KFC. Was this part of the backstory for KFC? Like, did the Colonel have a partner that was shot? Or was this before the whole KFC thing? Was this about his mule handling? I mean, if anyone's got a bit of input, then I'd be glad to hear about it for certain. I didn't know. I never paid that much attention. Or is it that they never gave you the full history of KFC? You know, was it lost in the ages? It probably wasn't your fault, Rhodes, in all honesty. You learned about the 11 herbs and spices, which I guess was more important than the Colonel's partner getting shot in a gunfight. Hot damn. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labour or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Is it Van Van? Is it the Scoop de Whoop monster? It's a spork monster! Of course it is! Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. Oh. But he looks a bit calmer. A bit less rabid. A bit more tasty, perhaps. I got fired, to be honest. Wait a minute. What caused the firing, if you don't mind me asking, Rhodes? Yeah, Cerebus is on the right path there as well. Fired for what? Fired from KFC. Did you pelt chicken at someone? Did you taint the Colonel's secret recipe? Did you just not turn up? Tell me more. You can't just leave us on that cliffhanger there. Selling drugs through the drive-thru. Yeah, that'll probably do it, in all honesty. I'm not sure how the Colonel exactly would give you a uplifting speech for something like that. I think it would just be the action of the P-45, wouldn't it? Ah, alas, alas. Did you add your own secret spices to the chicken? Yeah, that was the problem, wasn't it? You wanted to add that 12th spice, Rhodes, and the Colonel wasn't having any of it. None of it whatsoever. Ah, capitalism. Hot damn. Morco? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back. And after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore. But I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you. And I apologise. I know what it's like, having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems. Am I right? Ah, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologise for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a sport monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day, some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. Ooh, was that spell book that we picked up from the previous stream, I think? A magic spell book, yeah. My Bruscan self is on the same wavelength as I. I wonder. Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and you shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be here. Ah, Spork. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Bruscan, together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Together. Oh, he's angry though. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Oh, how can we refuse? A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Oh, here we go straight. Ah, little baby Sanders. And before his steed, he had a camel. And this is either him in the future. Yeah, it's got to be him in the future, right? Like, how else would he explain that? Unless his family literally all look the same. You know, mother, father, cousin.
You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want. We're going to give you what you want. That's not what I want.
You wanted KFC. Oh, sorry. I love you, Colonel Sanders, student. I know you did. Welcome, good sir. How are you this fine Thursday evening? I was saying that we should be hopefully wrapping up this game. We got through a day and a half last week, so the other day and a half should be fine through here. And we've still got plenty of ish time for the end of the stream. But yeah, how you doing, dude? And what do you think of the new overlay that I made, good sir? You are close to the end, yes. Excellent. Am I about to get murdered? Is this why I'm actually at the house? And this was the secret that ghost tried to tell me all along. All good, bruh. Excellent, man. Remember to give it a minute before trying out your new sound effects, by the way. Because there'll be the cooldown after the give me what I want thing. And yeah, give it a bash. Sorry, I don't do spoilers, lol. Well, I guess we're going to find out for ourselves. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him.
Oh my days, I am such a boomer.
Hey, boomer or not, we're dating the Kurt. Well, he doesn't know it yet, but we're dating him. You nearly finished, thank God. So time for this Chippendale 2. We'll see, good sir. We'll see. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. I mean, with your urn. Yeah. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with a rather ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavours and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Oh, look at that, he's smiling. He's getting excited. Deep down, his heart, I mean, you can tell from the handkerchief, there's a little patter-patter going on. Yeah, like new presentation of your screen. Very metrosexual. I was going for that whole sort of retro, like Miami kind of dusk vibe, you know, and I kind of just bumbled into those colours and that pattern. So I'm quite impressed with it. I'm probably not going to change that for a long while. So for the amount of time I spent on it, I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out, definitely. The Colonel flexing those biceps must be the protein from that patented KFC skin. I think so, good sir, I think so.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
You must accept the Colonel flexing, good sir, you must. I mean, look at this. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish she might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? Oh, well, he did unveil his secret to us. So I think we should unveil to him. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. Oh yeah. Here it is. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Oh, I'm actually getting so hungry right now. Damn, coleslaw would be so nice. When done right, coleslaw's amazing. Like, so good, so good. Secret. Wow, Bruce. I subbed for this. Little Barnabas, this is what your 6 months get you, good sir. Welcome to what your subscriptions have paid for. Virtual coleslaw. Little Barnabas, how are you doing besides trying to, you know, project disappointment? I know deep down you're not disappointed. I know deep down. You definitely bought that from KFC. You did not make that. What are you talking about? I purchased a red and white watermelon specifically to scoop out the insides and put my coleslaw, my secret recipe, inside there. Delicious. Mwah! Oh, and he is impressed. Magnificent. I'm not sure if with the new camera angle you can actually see my posing. In fact, let me just flick back a second here. Let me see how this presents. Magnificent. Oh yeah, that's the perfect pose actually. I love it. Excellent. Excellent. Wait a minute. It is rank. What do you mean it's rank? This isn't the coleslaw that you used to work with, bear in mind, Rhodes. It's my coleslaw. That coleslaw looks rank. No! Stop it, student. Oh, no! I thought his secret was he was undercover and revealed his actual identity. Wendy.
No!
Yes,
God,
yes.
please, no! No!
Just unveil a Wendy's burger.
No!
A square patty to go with the chicken, right? Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Just enough to share for two. Oh, do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. As long as he's not going to hold on to it too long, because it's just going to go rancid, right? Oof, oof. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? It's not like you're going to steal my recipe. Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. Oh, is he going to slip into something more comfortable? I think he is. You realise that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. The urn! The urn! Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Here we go, it's the urn! Oh god! You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it, it's dusty, but when you wipe it off you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." That's deep. That is very deep. Hot damn. So is the coleslaw a metaphor for something else creamy that he produces? I don't quite know how to finish that sentence, Student R, in all honesty. You know, maybe there is something deep down. I'd rather not explore what you might be hinting at, though. Poor guy. Alright, the chicken. Oh, his comb? Should we set his house on fire? Let's look at the view, shall we? You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of the student pops up. Oh no! Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open a window, a crack, and the ghost of student is... Oh, you open a window, a crack, and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. Oh dear. Chicken. Let's have a look. It's staring right at us. That can't bode well, right? Undertaker's urn. Yeah. We've just got to, you know, like Paul Bearer, open it up and be like, oh yes, he rises, oh. I think I nailed his voice slightly. It's been forever since I heard Paul Bearer. I just remember going, oh yes, you know, at the camera constantly. Hey Nata, welcome. Oh, what was this? Back to back, you know. I saw you the other day. You're now here. My God, if the stream disconnects, I apologise in advance. It's the Wi-Fi here. Don't think, you know, anything crazy is going on or that anything too sensual is going on with Colonel Sanders. I've just got internet issues at the moment. So far we've been solid. I'm probably going to jinx that now. But I'm so glad to see you, Nata, honestly. It's true, that's probably jinxed it, Jago. Well, I'm still waking up, so can't chat, but I've got you tabbed, man. Oh, thank you, Nata, I appreciate. And you get to view my new layout as well, which I've literally just jumped up for today.
Oh my days, I am such a boomer.
And now you're probably going to get spammed a little bit in the background with the sound effects that are on here. Don't worry about it. B-Man bashed one out earlier to poke it. God damn it, Student Art. Again, we're not supposed to be talking about these things, you know, at least out loud, you know. But I appreciate even the lurk on the tab, Nata. I shall leave you to wake up, hopefully with my soothing voice, if it is being played in the distance for you, as we read about our Lovecraftian tale with the Colonel. On that note, let's investigate the chicken. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realise it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Ah, well, I expected that to just jump off the plaque for a moment there and start picking at us. That's a good looking chicken. Let's romance it. Yeah, I could tell, you know, it wanted to wink at us. It wanted to so badly, but alas, maybe we'll come back to this. You know, once the Colonel has had our way with us anyway. Maybe there will be... I really don't want to say too much on the subject. Maybe it will involve the chicken. I think I think Barnabas, we're gonna have some fun, certainly. Let's go on these pictures. Ah, look at this chap. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders, standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. Do they? What picture am I actually looking at? Because there's no way they're doing that unless he's smearing the chicken on his company's shoulder there. What damn? You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Uh-oh. What's this? Right, let's not jump the gun just yet. Let's carry on with the pictures. Or what's... That might just be a light switch. We'll see. Baby Sanders. Oh, it's not even a rattle it's got. He's got a... Ah, how cute. I mean, most people go for rattles, pacifiers. Not the Colonel. No siree. He was brought up right on fried chicken. Make sure you save your progress on the typewriter before moving to the next room. Yeah, that could well be a boss, I think. And that will be a quick time event, student R. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and moustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? How did he deal with chicken in the desert? The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Maybe. Wait a second, didn't his friend... didn't Miriam have a friend that gave us something to hold from Egypt? This might intertwine. This might actually intertwine here. The boss is the Kool-Aid man. Yeah, just, busts in. Oh, yeah. And then the Colonel has to bust out and, I don't know, cleanse him with the KFC gravy. I'm not quite sure how that would work, whether it's smearing on the inside or the outside of the jug. But yeah. Alright, we're running out of objects. Let's go for the Zen candle. Smells like Colonel. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's love. Well, I never. Oh god, we're not going to, keep the hair and do voodoo with it, are we? A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realise that the hair therein isn't just silvery in colour, it's actually made of spun silver. Huh, well how about that? Alright, we're nearly there. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. Oh. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Insightful. Insightful indeed. Have you tweeted KFC to let them know you're promoting them on your stream? If you don't even get medium-sized chicken popcorn, then this has all been for waste. Student art, I don't think so. Well, as in, I will take that idea. I think it's worth it, and we'll even do it on stream to see if we'll get something. I'll keep you guys posted if I do actually get anything back. If we tweet KFC with it, I sure could go for some free coleslaw. That'd be amazing. Right, here we go. We've clicked on everything else. We could go upstairs, but oh, we've hit the mother lode. You open a door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. Oh, I see. You're into a bit of roleplay. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, It does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. You decide that now is your moment to make a big move. Oh, you tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. Oh no, we can't just tell him we're cold. You decide that now is your moment to make a big move. I think just telling the truth in this case is good. I mean, it just swung open, didn't it? It called to us with an alluring glow. How could we refuse? Yeah, bro, you should. Yeah, student R, honestly, we will. I think that'd be great. You confess. Oh, the love hearts. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you. Oh, I might be developing feelings for you too. But I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Oh no! We've reached the climax, the pinnacle. Which way will we teeter? Will our relationship stand at the very precipice of Mount Crispy Everest? Or will it tumble into the hot soaking gravy below? Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. No! Where are we going? But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel...
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
You can't stop true love, student R. You can't stop it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Sanders is a slag. Give him the D. We will give him the discretionary herb and spice. The suspense. What could happen? Yes, Bruce can. Oh, little tears in his eyes. How could he not feel emotional at this? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! Oh, anything? Is this going to be where we float? Oh! Oh! The chicken! The ghost! Professor Sprinkles! Oh! You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did he have his way with me? I don't know, I was out cold. There was something about that scented candle where I just fell asleep, and that was that. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. I honestly thought he was going to come in topless for a moment. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. But of course, how could it have been anything else? Most people would say pancakes, you know, others bacon, others together. But no, not in the land of the Colonel. It's meticulous. We have to have the chicken with the secret herb of Only person missing here is the Burger King, and you have yourself a triple threat type party here. Why are you orgasming? Is it jizz? It's the secret recipe. It's whatever you want it to be, Cerebrus. But I mean, it's looking pretty creamy over here, I'm just saying. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. How's the dish? Oh, Colonel. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. Oh, Colonel. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. You do like to toy with me, Colonel. Mr. Sanders. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Let's flatter him. Oh, you know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear. Oh, Colonel. This is an emotional stream, people. This is a journey that we haven't experienced on any other stream so far. The closest thing was last week's stream with the first chapter of this epic romance novel. So the reason Rhodes was fired for adding his own special ingredient was right on. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. I'm not sure if they actually put that in the paperwork, but it'd have to be something politically correct, wouldn't it? Only one leg. Jeez, what a cop-out. That's true, actually. Yeah, he skipped out on the secret ingredient. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know. I just know I can't fail. Business partner? Could we be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. Well, I never. Maybe from the roads. You may as well stream yourself reading out loud 50 Shades of Grey now, B-Man. Surely this has got to be better than 50 Shades of Grey. I mean, when does it mention about a secret recipe? Well, I don't know. Perhaps you can enlighten me, student R. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. Oh, I bet she did with that cooker. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd be partnered up with Clegg, he asked me to go out with him. God, she's so happy. Of course I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I could get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving? As if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Well, at 50 subs, he might do it. Well, I don't know why, but I just had a thought there, Rhodes. We should call it the 50 subs for Rubs stream. How that would actually relate to reading a novel. 50 Shades of Subs. That's probably a bit more like it. True, B-Man thirsty for those subs. Eggplant. Well, I'm telling you, 50 subs for Rubs. 50 subs for Rubs, people. If you want it, you'll get it. Whether you like it or not. Rhodes, you started this. I'm just throwing it out there. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. Get out. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Now we've got this lot. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Hey, Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school.
There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school. But who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You've got some nerve, Bruce-kun, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse.
Yes, that was the intention, Van Van. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. Oh, you clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain.
Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up.
I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Bruce-kun, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Dear me, dear me. You dirty bitch. From Rickwood. What are you talking about? You guys wanted it. It's not my fault. You guys asked for rubs for subs. I mean, whatever you're into. Drago, you're a part of this too. And you question Dan's dignity. Well, hey, this won't be a temporary thing, I'll just have you know. That I think we'll make it a permanent fixture. But we'll need to iron out the details. But I want to give you what you want. And don't tell me it's not what you want either. Rubbing for the subbing. Oh yeah. Bruce's streams have changed. I think it's since playing the KFC dating simulator. It brings a certain character out, doesn't it? I told you, everyone's by side eventually shows. It's true, Cerberus knew this from the off, regardless of the KFC dating simulator. So Cerberus, does this mean you want to partake in the rubs for subs? In fact, where is he? Little Barnabas. I mean, you've got 6 months. 6 months of rubbing for the subbing. Don't tell me you're not going to partake in this. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavour of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Bruce-kun. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Oh no, we've angered him. Oh no. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Bruce-kun. Oh no! Oh, the pain! The heartbreak! Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who she knows she really is, or who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Oh no. We can't. Spork told us not to. Absolutely not to. How does Paula feel about this? Well, I don't think Paula has the stream up, and I don't think she can hear me. I think she's actually out for a bit, so I'm in the clear. Until she just walks into the room now and goes, "In the clear, are you?" You know. Colonel's secret recipe, rubbing for the subbing. Nah, I'm not having this on my watch. And then that's it. You know, stream career ended. Well, what's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I could think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. Uh-oh, no. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Nah, we can't. Surely not. I mean, not just because of this situation, but because the Spork monster said that it was just bad news overall. Surely. You take your friend's advice. No, I took the Spork. Well, I suppose the Spork is our friend. You took your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Ah, here he is. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Begins to breathe quickly. Oh, I don't know. Perhaps he's going to sneeze. Yeah, we don't want him sneezing all over us, do we? Do it. Wow, chickened out. It's true, Drago. I mean, we don't want the forbidden. You know, we can still win the Colonel here, and we do not need any distractions such as that. Like, that's basically lost from that point. You know, that's all it is. And hell, we might not even have KFC as it is today. We don't want to endanger that whatsoever. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here! Terrence, I will destroy you! Terrence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. Ahem. I apologise for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Bruce-kun, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before he could go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room. What are they up to behind there? Hot damn! I told you to save it for after class. Oh no. Oh no, what's going on? Cat, what are you doing? She's just like falling off my lap. Buzz, buzz. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. Brrr.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no indeed! we can't have them break up, surely. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joan, J&J forever. Watch us form a triangle in mid-air as we descend. Oh, he looks so happy with himself. Oh, lips getting a bit parched and mouth getting a bit dry from that. Obviously this drama, it's just too hot to handle. I'm losing moisture. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Buzz, buzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great day. Then, take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Oh, sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Oh no! Oh no, he's dying! What have you done? No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Battered trainer. A delicacy. I wonder where this is sold, eh? Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep friend footwear, I guess it looks okay. Deep friend, is that supposed to be fried? If it's a friend, then... oof. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam TM. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Oh no. Oh, she's in tears. And angry and excited? I can't really tell. Hey, Miriam. Are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person. You shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I got to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. Oh, what are we going to make? I mean, we've had the mashed potatoes and gravy. We've had the coleslaw. What can we bring to the final table of the final exam, TM? I'm intrigued, and my mouth is beginning to water just thinking of those things straight off the bat. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it. The location of your final challenge. A test of will. A test of courage. A test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed Man-Man, and his eviler counterpart Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Bruce Kuhn's famous chicken pot pie. Although, I didn't know chicken pot pie in KFC. Was that a thing? At least not over here it wasn't, I don't think. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Bruce Kuhn, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualising success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualising, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it like there was no sound at all. Fess up about your practice dish. I mean, fessing up has been pretty good so far, you know, so... I mean, we don't want it burning either. That would be pretty wild, I think. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualising. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's... how you would even have got that measurement is anyone's guess. Exactly. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it was made with a heaping help of TLC. Who'd have thought chicken pot pie would be such an emotional roller coaster. An outing of romance and passion. You couldn't make this stuff up, people. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. Uh-oh. The moment of truth. Oh, there it is, in the same watermelon-cased dish. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. Are we still going to have this emotional song while Sprinkles lays down the exam to us? Oh, it's on, people. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe registered fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10, with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. So what is our special move going to be, people? Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. But of course... Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baster Blaster! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin.
That's rock and roid.
Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it.
5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique.
Wait a minute, is that supposed to be a play off of the 5-palm, like, heart blaster or whatever it is in Kill Bill? I don't know when this was made, but that sounds oddly familiar. I think Clank is actually about to kill someone. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? Is it for love? It's the singularity, as was foretold.
We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all.
Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Now, thing is, the Colonel, as fun as it sounds to blast out some dark magic, he always talked to us about the hard way, that the easy way, we should not. The easy way is a no-no. So, no, don't go to her level. Exactly, Jago. I think Ashley is just going to end up blowing herself up, or going to become part of the Appliance Uprising, or lose all memory of Colonel Sanders, or have the Spork monster attack her, or her food turns into a sporkish monster to then devour her. I think it's definitely the latter of all those suggestions. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Ah, here we go. He sees. He sees. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. Oh, Colonel. Oh, Colonel. I believe in you, Bruce-kun. God, doesn't that just fill anyone with determination? Hot damn. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Bruce-kun, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. Oddly, it's an odd thing to add on to the end of that sentence, but sure. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, bud. Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. I really hope it's not that Eye of Newt we told her about. Oh, shit. Oh, Miriam. Oh, no. Oh, Miriam, what have you done to us? Oh. Okay. Okay. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. Uh-oh. It is I, Steve, the Spork monster. I knew it. A sporky goodness was happening here. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. Oh, yeah. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. Uh-oh. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and next thing you summon me, huh? But we didn't. What's he talking about? Wait, what? But we didn't. Wait, I don't get it. Ha, yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup, back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Oh, Steve, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to do it to you. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summoned extra power from deep down within yourself. Well, I don't know why we summoned something, but there we go. I mean, we've got to soldier on, surely. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. That can't be good. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Bruce Kern, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. God damn it. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off of the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything and make a chicken pot pie. Except turn back time, which will be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. Crap. But, okay. No, that will not save us in this tournament, Rhodes. But don't worry, dear Bruskin. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. Oh, here it is, just at the guitar solo. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you managed to make is mac and cheese and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Oh, following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. Oh, I think we've captured it. Is he flexing underneath here? I've just noticed that. Hot damn. What a guy. Absolutely. Hot damn. Hot damn. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, clank. From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hee, I'm flying. Sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Oh my! Are Clank and Pop having their own little romance now, perhaps? I think it's a possibility. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet you see Pop, hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Brilliant. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this?
When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Just got back to my screen. Thought you said you finished this. What is this? What? DIC? Oh, DLC of when KFC meets Pizza Hut? No, we'd teamed up with the Colonel to make an unexpected combination, but the time is up of the exam, so we're about to see what's happened. Oh, and Van Van gave Pop a wedgie, which he thought was a salad, apparently. Wait a second. Pranks. Pranks? Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. He still has a wee bit left.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Student R.
No!
Yes. You're here for the finale. I mean, look at this. Professor Dog, he's in tears over something. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come. The time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. Oh, look at that. Very nice and tiny. Oh, hot damn. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto Maki I spy afloat in its itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, Chef. Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Sure. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electronic toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. Oh, poor Sprinkles. Ugh, I'd rather watch you playing Turok that you showed us the other day when you first got your new PC. Ah, yes, the Turok. The Turok that rhymes with Doom. I get you. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. Oh, bear with me 1 second, people. I think I've just got to let the cat out. What are you doing in there? Yeah, exactly, there's nothing. Okay, you can come out. Go on. There you go. Ah. Yeah, I didn't want the cat to start screaming at me and then start to take a dump in the, in the bedroom, so thought I'd, stop that from possibly happening. Anyway. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Bruskin, for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish.
I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar.
That looks awful. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different coloured type of urchin?
Yes, Sprinkles.
A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kinda my brand. Doesn't it look cool?
Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to pour at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof.
Please be gentle with my cuisine.
Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. Oh no! I can't eat that. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. Ah, you blow. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night.
Disqualified for glamour.
The best counts in philosophy.
This isn't the last you've heard of me.
Before forcing us to enjoy his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. What's the point in that? Why does Van Van sound like he's suffering from chronic depression? Well, he is now. He got disqualified, didn't he? He's been kicked off of the culinary school of KFC Arts or whatever it is. So, I mean, who wouldn't be dejected and depressed by that? Don't eat the food at a cooking school. Got toast in your ears or something, Bruce-kun? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it. And did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realise that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it, if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral. You should present a half-grilled wild herb and Nando chicken as your dish. Yeah, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? That would... I think the Colonel would then off himself at that point, wouldn't he? If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified! Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you! And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. Two chefs. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. Oh, that does look really good, actually. Oh, even if it's just a cartoon. Oh, I'm so hungry. Oh, I can so do with dinner now. Ah. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. What? That doesn't make any sense. Hold up. KFC on Uber Eats, bruh. Do it. Oh, no, I don't want to pay as much to Uber Eats. No. I'm better off just driving out and buying it myself, but... Oh, what do I have for dinner tonight, actually? No, now thinking about it, I don't think I've got any prepared for dinner. Maybe a KFC will be on the cards then after all of this. With coleslaw and mac and cheese. They don't do mac and cheese here, do they? I don't think they do. Could be me. Oh, I'm just making myself way too hungry now. I'm starting to salivate a bit. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers round and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, oh, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Oh, what a way to bust in the victory music there. Well done, Drago. Time to perfection. Van Van and Ashley tell... Van Van. What is going on there? Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh. Amusing. And now that everyone is together... It's the Spork Monster. He is totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Rolls right off the tongue. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Oh, student, never mind. Oh no, I haven't died. Did I die? Oh, okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? I think you can see me. I think you can, maybe. I heard the... Let's have a look. I can see myself playing on the actual stream thing. So yeah, I think we're good. I think we're now good. That could be why I didn't hear the no until later. That was, yeah. Oh dear. Oh very dear. Well, we won't be on too much longer anyway. So I'll get this out of the way before things really take a turn for the worse. I really need to plug that Ethernet cable in. Hot damn. Again, Bruce Long. Yeah, I know. Isn't this the first one of the...
You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
I think this is the first crash of the night.
What you want. That's not what I want.
I know, we don't want crashing, but don't worry. Saturday, we've got the Ethernet cable. There should, in theory, be no way that we disconnect. In theory. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's carry on before I disappear again, perhaps, maybe. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop! He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. Oh, hello. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma. So we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honour of educating the son of the Chancellor of such and such. Ethernet cable, what is this, 2001? Hey, dude, at least the Ethernet cable will be solid. I mean, what, this is supposed to be 2030 my PC and the Wi-Fi is disconnecting, but I know that's not the PC. I know it's the Wi-Fi of the house. It screws around when I'm doing my work as well. Yeah, it just blows. So Ethernet cable it is. 20 meters running through the house. Well, probably about 15 meters I measured up, but I got 20 just in case. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I'm not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learnt the ways of your kind, I must return. My planet needs me. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to suppress you in that regard. Or surpass you. You need to tell your missus not to use Netflix when you're streaming. Dude, I'm pretty sure just walking in the house disrupts the Wi-Fi. Like, maybe turning the oven hob on. I think that's enough to just blow it. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Oh, we got the cherry blossom and everything, people. Howdy, classmates. Oh, he's looking dapper in his white t-shirt, pen for a dance, and possibly normal trousers? I can't quite tell. Just like the first day you met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. Oh, Zinger stack a meal. Oh, look at this. Oh, I'm so hungry. Oh. Wait, he stole our coleslaw. God damn it. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy me chicken. The end. Alright, there we go. Is that actually the end? That is the end, question mark. Jago, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I need to bring something up here. I need to bring something up just in case. Boom. Right. I'm doing something here. I'm doing something. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay, right, hold on. I'm just doing this.
No! God, please, no! No!
There we go.
No!
Right.
No!
Why is there two bowls of humans? Oh, hummus. I thought you said humans. Oh, right. I had to take a quick screenshot of this to send in our little Twitter post to KFC. So I've been trying to get the stream to come back for me, so I missed a bit. Oh no! Oh, Drago, I'm sorry, man. I was just talking about the Ethernet cable where this shouldn't happen again. Oh! Bullet Streams is raiding with a party of one raider. Yay, and I heard it this time. Bullets, thank you so much for joining. How are you, good sir? I can't tell. When you've a party of one, are you the one raider or do you have an extra person with you? Either way, I'm super happy. Thank you so much. Yo, hiyo, woot raided! Yeah, raid! Thank you very much. I super appreciate it, Bullets, honestly. What do you think of the new background, by the way, that I drummed up over the course of last night and after work today? Welcome to something that has had a little bit of creativity put into it. And you've just caught our possible end of the... I don't want to say of the stream, but of this game. Let's have a little look. Oh, no, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Bruskin, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. No worries, and I'm good. Just got done with my stream and it looks good. Ah, thank you, sir. What were you streaming anyway, Bullets? I need to sort out a thing where I do that weird exclamation mark SO shout out thing so that I can then shout you out. That, Rhodes, remind me, that is the next thing I need to sort out somehow. I don't know how, but we've got to figure it out somehow. B-Man stole this background from the packaging of this Barbie doll. What is it with you sharing the secrets on stream? Well, I wish you would stop calling me out like that, Student R. You know, GTA 5. Ah, nice one, man. Nice one. Did it go your way, or were things blowing up? Don't wink. Crime Watch will come after you. Hey, well, if I'm lonely virtually for the Colonel rejecting me, if this is what happens, I've got to keep the options open. I mean, sure, some could say that from Colonel to Crime Watch is a bit of a backstep, but I'm open. I'm open. I wonder. Oh. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. A spicy musk, tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Oh, yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Bruce-kun. How sweet, we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Oh, work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Oh, this guy! Could it be you found a love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Bruce-kun, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. Oh, so we might have failed at a few of the questions or whatever, but we'll have him by our side, and that is good enough for me, people. That is good enough for me. Alright, let's just catch up with the chat real quick. Oh, my Nightbot is going crazy, it seems. Just spamming a load of stuff, so my apologies, people. Let's say I pulled off robbing a panther statue and a pink diamond from a drug lord back to back. That sounds solid. Sounds solid indeed, Bullet. B-Man has pulled the Colonel friend zoned. I don't know. I don't think we're quite friend zoned. I think from that, you know, sure, we're not heavy. Well, we're not a part of the business. He's not ready to, you know, like if things were to be taken forward, he would want a prenup signed. That's the kind of ending we've got. So, and I think that is good enough for now. I mean, we got to dance with our Colonel. And you know what? Just in case KFC don't believe us, oh gosh, no, goddamn snippet sketch, you suck. There it is. Okay, give it just a moment, people. There it is. Okay, I've taken a quick little picture of that. Right, back to this. Oh, dream sequence. Oh, it's back to KFC Presents. Well, let's just watch this bit one more time. Oh god, is this where it's ridiculously loud? I forget. Oh god! Oh god, I'm sorry, guys! But we can't stop it. I mean, it's Professor Dog. It's KFC. I need to wake you up. God damn it! Accept it, people. Especially you, student art. Hot damn. There it is. There it is. Don't send them the screenshot that featured the Dreadlord comment. Oh no, don't worry, I've just done a picture of the game as opposed to the actual stream itself. But perhaps I should have done that. Maybe. Whatever. We'll work out the details. After the stream, Bruce walks into KFC and starts yelling at the cashier, "You owe me! Where's my coleslaw? I played the game." So, on that note, let me see if I can do this. Hold on just a moment, people. Just a moment. I know we've kind of we're running a little bit over our stream time, but it's fine. Oh no. Did you guys know there's such a thing called KFC Radio? Oh, right, KFC UK. Yeah, there we go. Right, hold on a second. Hold on. Is that how you spell Colonel? Why is that? Oh, yeah, God, I can't spell Colonel. Fine. Right, bear with us and I will flick this back in a moment, people. There we go. Okay, right. Appreciate that Super Monkey Ball game music. What's it? It's nice and soothing, isn't it? Right. Where's our last thing? Crap. Did the other one not save? God.
No!
Damn
God,
it.
please, no!
God damn it.
No! No! No!
Okay, right. Hold on. Ah, God damn it. It didn't save the other one that I took. Well, that is no problem. Let's do that. Save. Boom.
Oh my days, I am such a boomer.
It's true. It is true. There it is. Okay, right. Let me see if I can flick the stream round to this. So, hold on. My boomer instinct is kicking in here. Add source. Not the same source as the kernel. Okay, this is probably just going to appear. Oh, no. Actually, it's not that. It's not that. We need to add display capture. I think that'll be it. Yeah, add source. Yeah. Yep, that'll do. Okay, sweet, cool. So you guys can see what's going on. So, I'm about to send this to the Colonel. Hey, Colonel and team, just finished playing your love novel. Is there a chicken-related prize you'd be willing to share to top off this epic tale? How does that sound? Share screen your Twitter page. Yeah, here you go. Here it is. Is there anything... Right, I don't want to sound super sarcastic. I genuinely want to win some chicken. So...
You triggered my trap card!
Hold on a second. Oh, no, there's no point in me having my camera up. Not for this bit, anyway. Not for this bit. So, what do you reckon, people? Is there anything I should add or remove from this? You know, yeah, I'm going to kiss ass just a little bit if it means I'm going to get some sort of freebie out of it. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Don't forget, hashtag give me what I want. Oh gosh, yeah, we've got to have a hashtag, but I don't think they'll understand the beauty of give me what I want.
What I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want. We're gonna give
I love your coleslaw.
what you want. That's
Hashtag-
not what I want.
Hashtag Zinger Stacker Meal. Oh. Let's do it. Okay, I think that, will it? Finger licking good. Oh, I like that one. Oh, hold on. How many characters do we have? Finger. Do you guys see this? Why is that the first thing that comes up? Oh my. Now that would garner attention if we was to use that, but oh god, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. Because we're doing anything for free food. Well, Bruce, what have you been looking up? Dude, I don't think I've used finger in a sentence ever on Twitter or in my virtual life, I don't think, in terms of writing it down anyway. So for finger myself to just appear, that's one of the top things that people actually hashtag, apparently. Post-lockdown munchies. Do it, no balls. No, I want something from the Colonel except for being banned. You know. Oh God. There it is. There's the finger licking good. Oh God. Hungry gamer. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Will that be? Or hungry streamer? We'll do that. We'll do that. I think that's enough. I think that's enough. So let's tweet the good Colonel. Come on, do the thing. There it is. Hey, wait, where'd you go? Hey, ah, beautiful. Not finger myself, but there you go. Mighty bucket for one, please. Oh yeah, I should have gone for more. But then again, a Zinger stacker meal is quite funky. Here, let me come off of that and back to the Dewberry. So there we go. There we go. Hot damn. Hot damn. Hashtag fingers for chicken. Oh man, that would have been amazing, wouldn't it? Oh. God, you couldn't make that up. Hashtag something innocent, finger licking good, and you put the first thing that comes up is, you mean finger myself? Looks like you could use some help, you know? Bruce did what to a chicken? Never. I'm going to retweet. Do it, yeah. People, do the retweet.
What's that? Oh, it's a turkey.
The Colonel needs
grail of wildlife.
The Colonel needs to recognise our valiant stream to try and get something free. You're cheating on the turkey. Never. I mean, you don't have Kentucky Fried Turkey. That's the problem. The KTK, right? KTK? Uh-huh. Oh, man. People, what a stream. Hot damn. And only one crash, which then leads us into Saturday for hopefully no crashes with Ethernet cable. So, KTK. Exactly. No, wait a minute. Kentucky. Wait a minute. Oh, God. It's the boomer emerging. I don't know how to spell. KTK. Oh, God. I need my dinner.
Oh my days, I am such a boomer.
So it would have been Kentucky Turkey Kentucky, wouldn't it? Just rolls off the tongue. What a slogan. Kentucky Turkey. I can't even say it. Kentucky Turkey Kentucky. Kentucky Turkey Kentucky. Kentucky Turkey Kentucky. What a little tongue twister that is. Hot damn. Oh, so on that note, people, I think that leads us to that time again. I see notifications on Twitter. People retweeting. Well, I say people, Drago with the retweet. I super appreciate it. Let's get it, well, we won't get it trending, but, you know, let's make a wave in the Kentucky community. Right, okay, so that's on that. Who have we got? Ooh. So we've got my bro, and we got Nata. Isn't it the morning for her? What's she doing streaming? I mean, fair enough, do what you like. What do you reckon, guys? If I retweet that, I fear for my safety. Don't worry, it's not hashtag finger myself. Or do you mean people just wondering, wait, why are you retweeting this person who's played a game about the Colonel with him posing in a disco? Got you covered, lol. I appreciate it, Jago, man. Retweeted. That student, done it as well. Hold on. I've got to look back at this. Oh, damn it. I've boomered myself. Yes, here it is. Student R and David Lewin. Beautiful. Mwah. Guys, I love you. So, I think, because we raided Netta last time, shall we raid my brother? I don't know when he started streaming or anything, but I think that's... unless you guys have any other suggestions anyway. When you play Resident Evil 8, When I can afford to buy it, good sir. That would be the big thing. That would be the big thing. So once payday comes, I think it's going to be a Saturday feature. And I'd have to do a different background for it as well. Now that I know kind of what I'm doing with stream overlays, I'll probably do something a bit darker because I don't think the pink, the Miami vibe is going to be too good with Resident Evil 8. So yeah, Brucey finger time. Tell your brother to tweet them. Oh, that's a good point. Yes, indeed. That's the thing. Okay, we'll raid my brother, and it's got to be a KFC raid. Right? It just has to be. So, on that note, hold on a second, people. Hold on a second. Oh, come on. Alright, yep, muted. That is fine. Okay, people. Oh god. Oh, I need food to be able to function. Here we go. Raid channel. Okay, he's playing something called Devotion, which is a horror game, I would imagine. Boomer Bruce's favourite finger time. Yeah, let's not maybe get that part trending on Twitter. Either way, people, I've set the raid for my brother, so that's about ready now. So guys, I think it's been a pretty funky stream, certainly. Always with the fingering. Bang, bang. I see a Boomer Bruce's favourite finger time. Oh, God. Okay, I'll leave you guys to come up with a message. I'll raid in the next sort of 5 seconds. So, people, thanks again for joining. Thanks for bearing with me, even with the disconnection. You know I love you. You take care of yourselves, and I'll either see you on a Saturday or I'll see you soon. All right, let's do the raid, peeps.